Teachers, staff, distinguished guests, siblings, grandparents, uncles, aunts, friends, and graduates. Whether you're watching this live and in person, or via the live streaming on a screen, either at home or somewhere else in the world, welcome to the ISL Class of 2020 Graduation Ceremony. My name is Ian Fish and I'm the Upper School Principal. I'll be your Master of Ceremonies today at this socially distanced graduation. Over the years, I've had the privilege of speaking in an amazing range of locations at events such as these. Glimmering ballrooms, glamorous opera houses, the Grand Theatre. I even once presented at the Reunification Palace in Saigon, Vietnam. But few venues can match the grandeur of the ISL Lower School Auditorium. I have never seen it look so amazing. So just before we get started, I need to go through the GDPR things, so just bear with me for a moment. By participating in this event, you acknowledge that photographs and videos will be taken by the International School of Luxembourg, ASBL, and that these may be placed on our website, social media channels, online photo album, and in printed materials for an educational, communication, or other purpose. Please note that images will be processed in accordance with our privacy notice, which is published on our website. You're entitled at any time to request the deletion of images where you appear by emailing the details to the ISL Data Protection Officer. The event will also be live streamed via YouTube. The taking of photographs and videos by members of the audience during the event is permitted for personal use only. Such images must not be shared publicly via any means, including social media, unless permission has been obtained from all those people in the images, and, in the case of students under the age of 18, from their parents on their behalf. Please note that failure to comply with this requirement may render you personally liable under applicable data protection legislation. Okay, thank goodness for getting that out of the way. So my first honor this morning, oh my goodness, it's so good to see you. It really is so good to see you. It's been a long time, hasn't it? How was the entrance? There are a few tears already, I think, as you came in. Lovely to see your teachers again, I'm sure. My first honor is to welcome our acting director, Patricia Angoy, to make some opening remarks. Miss Angoy is in her final year at ISL. And I know she is absolutely thrilled at the opportunity to share some inspiration with you today. Patricia.
Thank you. That's a tall order, Ian. Inspiration. A very, very warm welcome to all of you, every single person here. And of course, all of you virtually around the world to witness this class of 2020. At the International School of Luxembourg. Thank you to the chair of the Board of Governors, Nicholas Henkes, for being here. I don't know where you are, Nicholas, but you're somewhere out there. Oh, there you are. And a very big thank you, of course, to your parents who are watching you virtually. And a huge thank you for having chosen ISL for you. They have guided you, they have protected you, they have nurtured you, and they have supported you on your learning journey. So a big thank you to the parents out there, wherever you are. To your teachers, who are also somewhere out there virtually, who have helped you discover and think deeply, who've understood and helped you make connections to get to where you are now. A huge thanks to your teachers. To your family and to your friends who've stood beside you all the way, who've laughed with you, who've teased you, who've encouraged you, and who have loved you deeply. Thank you. To our school staff and leadership team and the middle school principal, Mr. Keach, who's somewhere out there, thank you very much. To the upper school principal, Ian, thank you. I'd like to say a special word of thanks, because that's the reason I'm here, to Nikki Crush, our director. So Nikki, thank you. And most importantly, however, a very sincere thanks to every single one of you. Trying to make eye contact with you, and it's really hard from up here. I want to thank you, the graduating class of 2020, and I have just a very, very small story for you. This is a story told by Wangari Maathai, who is the poet, not the poet, the Nobel Peace Laureate of 2004, a Kenyan. She tells the story of a burning forest, huge flames coming up, reds and oranges and blue, you know, that blue flame. And all the animals of the jungle are moving back away, and the fire is going. And there's the lion, there's the tiger, there's the hippopotamus and the giraffe, and they're all quivering with fear. They are powerless. They are overwhelmed by the fear of the fire. And there's this little hummingbird that's going to the lake and getting a drop of water and going to the fire. The hummingbird, she goes back and forth and back and forth. And the lion and the giraffe and the tiger are there quivering, and they're saying, "What can you do, you little insignificant bird, with your small wing and your tiny beak? What can you do?" And the hummingbird says, "I'm doing the best I can. And I know that every single one of you has done the best you can, and I wish you the best." Thank you.
Thank you for those words of inspiration, Miss Angoy. And may I take this opportunity to wish you the very, very best of luck in the next incredibly exciting journey for you. Next, we have a video of our graduating class, which is sure to bring some smiles and probably some tears as well. Enjoy.
'cause we don't wanna grow up. We just wanna be young. Play and make believe, come and rescue me. Feel the sun on my skin and scream. We don't wanna grow up. We just wanna have fun. Wild and free, baby, we can dream farther than our eyes have ever seen. I don't wanna grow up.
taste of freedom from your hips to your eyes. Patron saint of the season, yeah, you were built for mid-July. You got the glow of the sunset, you got the rush of the ocean waves, burning high like it's wanted. You make it feel like summer again, again. With your skin soft as ice cream, yeah, you melt under my touch. With your kiss strong as lightning, you got me falling right back in love. You got the glow of the sunset, you got the rush of the ocean wave, you're burning high like it's wanted. You make it feel like summer again, again. You make it feel like summer again, again. And we both know that it's probably not gonna last forever. In the blink of an eye, May turns into September. When we look back at all the things that we could remember, I want to remember you, and then I'll feel it again. And then I'll feel it again, again. You got the glow of the sunset, you got the rush of the ocean wave, you're burning high like it's wanted. You make it feel like summer again. We got a chance and we'll give it. The only rule is there's no regret. From the start to the end, you make it feel like summer again, again. You make it feel like summer again, again. You make it feel like summer. Oh yeah.
You guys were so cute. What happened? It doesn't matter how many times I watch videos like these, they always make me feel so terribly sentimental and emotional. It's with great pleasure now that I call upon one of our rising stars, Elisa Martini, our teacher-elected speaker, to address the graduating class. Elisa.
Guys, don't worry, this is just scrap paper. It's not that long. Okay, so hi guys, hi everyone. Graduates, parents and teachers and anyone we hope cared enough to watch our live stream, thanks for being with us today. I mean, for us, it's a really important day today. It's a day that we didn't think would happen. Because today, after finally 2 years of IB stress, lots of coffee, and an early summer vacation, we are finally able to graduate. Now, class of 2020, it's got kind of a ring to it, doesn't it, huh? It's a name that sticks to the mind, but it's not just the title of this class that's what's going to make it memorable. It's the students, every single one of you sitting in front of me today, that are the reasons that people will remember the class of 2020. It's a class made of politicians, artists, engineers, lawyers, scientists, but really, it's made of leaders, innovators, and dreamers. Pretty cool, huh? But we didn't become so amazing overnight. Now, these years of high school have changed us. From the puny little middle schoolers that we were, to the less cringy, but still kind of weird high schoolers, seniors that we see today. Now, sweat, tears, and lots of midnight essay writing have gotten us to where we are. And we are indeed the survivors of Mr. Sinclair's classroom raids, where he hunted down those of us cursed with screwing up our EEs. We're also IT nerds in wiring up our 5 different gaming consoles in their senior lounge. And we're also seasoned navigators of hallways filled to the brim with screaming middle schoolers. And all of us, I really do mean all of us, have become naturals at the art of forging our cast reflections. So, as you can see, there's quite a few things you need to learn in order to survive being a senior at ISL. But here are a few of the key rules that we, as seniors, have been living by for the past year. 1. When Mr. Sinclair pops into class and says, "Can I have a word with you?" you run. 2, in order not to die of asphyxiation, please open all of the windows in the senior lounge after the boys finish playing FIFA. And 3, if Rachel or Sophie bring in their delicious cookies, you have to become a cold-blooded murderer to get one. It's facts. Anyways, we've been through some crazy times, and as a consequence, we've obtained some unforgettable memories. I mean, we can think of Yubo expertly shutting down some middle schoolers, clapping a bit too loudly for the chess club, or Mr. Smith, if you're watching, who tried to capture our IB tears, or being late to class because we danced a little bit too long to ABBA with the Swedish moms, or even still the mad ranting after math tests, Fred accidentally breaking Mr. Hunkin's favorite blow-up globe, or Gabe surprising everyone with a Mahatma Gandhi quote to be let onto the senior Zoom call just Thursday. All of these memories just remind me that I'm going to miss all of you crazy children. But soon, we're going to be off into the world and make our own new exciting experiences. And we still have to thank, though, the people that helped build our high school memories with us. So teachers, thank you for helping us not fail high school and bantering with us all the way through. The teachers who, throughout these 2 years, went home and corrected our amazingly written IAs until late at night and offered us their breaks to help us understand the things that we didn't even know we needed to understand. Now, seeing that dedication from our teachers, even in their supportive messages after the exam cancellations, and especially Mr. Penn and Mr. Hunkin's amazing singing to sing to us goodbye, just enforced our respect that we already feel as a grade. And it's a respect that we also hope that everyone shares everywhere. So teachers, if you're watching the live stream from the other auditorium, thanks for always doing what you do best. Now guys, it's impossible not to address the elephant in the room. COVID-19 has completely changed what we thought our last year of high school would be like. Kind of as if God just went. But to be special, we need to be different. That's essentially what the word special means. So at the end of the day, all of this goes into making us, the class of 2020, the more extraordinary. Now, this pandemic has scrambled the world. Not that the world didn't have any major problems beforehand, but essentially, it sped a lot of societies to their tipping points. And I don't need to list any examples of social disparities, irresponsible politicians, or dying ecosystems, because frankly, there are too many. But thankfully, COVID-19 has also created the perfect opportunity to rewrite and reset our ways. And we have to, because we've seen what happens if we don't. It doesn't matter where you're from, how much time you spent in Miss Harger's office, if Miss Lorton actually liked your paintings or really just roasted them, or if to this day you still haven't won a race in Mario Kart. We all of us, have this energy inside of us. It's an energy that pushes us to leave our mark. It tunnels deep inside and fuels our determination to do what we want to do and become who we want to become. So, as it might be the last time that we formally gather as a grade, I just have one request for you all. Always fight for a better world. Don't dream big, and don't let that energy inside of you go to waste. Because with that energy, we are unstoppable. The unstoppable class of 2020. So let's not let the world forget that. Thank you. Woo! Oh, also, Heloise, happy birthday. Woo!
Lisa, you do know that was my speech you tore up there, don't you? The unstoppable class of 2020, I like that. That does have a good ring to it. I should add, actually, on this note, that we have Elisa and Kaya to thank for the beautiful welcoming signs you saw as you entered the building today. Thank you very much, both of you, for that. It's really nice. Next up, we have our musical performance of the day. I'm not sure what they're calling the band. Maybe the Masks? Actually, the COVID-19 lockdown has a nice indie band ring to it. So, Ian, Nick, Susan, Cara, do you want to come to the stage and get yourselves set up? They're going to perform today the musical item, Don't Stop by Fleetwood Mac. Thanks to UPMG for permitting this performance. Thanks.
Is this on? Okay. Just give us a sec.
We're rolling. Right.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, here we go. Grade 12, it's good to be here. We're going to introduce the band to you today. Today we have Ian Kearns on the drums, We have Susan Jong on the bass. We have Songmin Park on the keys. We have Cara O'Sullivan on the tambourine and the vocals.
And we have Nicholas Paterini on rhythmic guitar and vocals.
This is Don't Stop by Fleetwood Mac. We hope you enjoy. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you wake up and don't want to smile, if it takes just a little while, open your eyes and look at the day. You'll see things in a different way. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here. It'll be here better than before. Yesterday's gone.
Yesterday's gone. Why not think about times to come and not about the things that you've done? If your life was bad to you, and just think what tomorrow will do. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone, yesterday's gone. You didn't think Ian Kearns wouldn't play the guitar, did you? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up! Come on! Had a really weird end to a rough year, but I think I can say for all of us that we're happy to be here, we're happy to play for you all. And to the class of 2020, this is for you guys. All I want is to see you smile, if it takes just a little while. I know you don't believe that it's true, I never meant any harm to you. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone, yesterday's gone. Everybody, don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone, yesterday's gone. Oh, ooh, don't you look back. Oh, ooh, don't you look back. Oh, ooh, don't you look back. Oh, don't you look back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's hear it again for the bands. Great job. Thank you so much. Well chosen, fitting words as well for a moment such as this. Music is a very important part of growing up. It's a very important part of our program at ISL. Some of you on your seats this morning will have found a certificate from the ISL music department for those of you that were involved in music in your time at ISL. We'd just like to recognize all of you now. Would you just stand up if you have performed as part of the ISL music program in your time here? Please stand up for a moment. A lot of you. That's great to see. Let's give them all a big round of applause, please. Thank you. Okay, so next up we have our student-elected speaker. So, fresh from his percussion in guitar heroics, it gives me great pleasure to now introduce our student-elected speaker, Ian Cairns, a young man seemingly born with a microphone in his hand. He's a regular at school events, as a master of ceremonies, presenter, speaker, and performer throughout his time at ISL. He's always been an inspiration to the younger students, some of whom may well be watching now. Ian, would you like to come and join the stage, please?
Oh, my mic works. Good. Take a moment right now and think about what makes you happy. I have up to 8 minutes, so take your time. Keep thinking. Okay, here's mine. Going to college in August, graduating in 2024, and going on to do what I love. But why exactly am I talking to you about happiness now? I mean, what does that have to do with our collective future at this time? Well, we are affected by the people who enter our worlds, whether by chance, good fortune, or intentional. In my last years here, living in Luxembourg, I've seen a lot of new faces from very different walks of life, a mosaic that is virtually changing all the time. I've met veterans of the Cold War in my grandmother's retirement community who lived long enough to bask in the sun of history and Miami Beach. In places such as New York, New Jersey, and Ohio, I've met those who turned down the risky paths and chose the safer alternative, leading them to form trees of life in tight-knit communities. In places such as the European Parliament, Radio ARA, and the halls of ISL, I saw the effervescent sparks of creativity and life itself changing the way we think in this modern world. And in talking to these people, in conversation with these figures, I tried to take something away. I tried to funnel it all down to something that I could internalize. In the end, the answer was the common denominator, that element that was shared universally, abstract, but laser-focused. Happiness. Happiness was the common element enjoyed among all these people, and probably will be in for years and decades to come. Happiness in being out of harm's way and able to enjoy the simple pleasure of lying in the sun of Miami Beach. Happiness in living each day in a stable situation in close communities, and happiness in being able to change the way people perceive the world. Happiness, it seems to me now, is the primary factor that leads to success. It almost seemed to me the defining factor of success. My advice to you now is to ask yourself at certain crossroads in your life, am I happy? And let the first answer that comes into your mind dictate your path to come. So you can really be, at the end of the day, happy with yourself and happy with the path you took. I approach decisions envisioning a scale. And when the scale tips too far to the negative side, a change is necessary. The balance should always weigh more heavily to the positive. Of course, there will be days that are negative here and there. When the trend is heavily in that direction, seek the happier route. These days, the world is a hard and uncompromising place, full of sharp angles, constant scares, and pressures to show success in a materialistic, consumerist way sometimes. Success for some, it's judged by the rate you are promoted. For others, the name of the organization you work for, the clothes you wear, the size of your house, how green your grass is. But to me, all of that, every single part of that, is secondary to whether you are happy or not. No doubt, there will be some adversity in your lives that you cannot predict. Not every decision is yours to make freely without external influence, as we have all been experiencing lately. Am I right? However, what defines you is how you approach the decision and with what attitude. If you are confronted with difficulty, do you just throw your hands up and let the decisions overwhelm you? Or do you take the situation, develop constructive ways to adapt to it, to use it, to learn and to grow, to find ways to overcome it, or at least manage it? Find your way through it with positivity and strength. I have used the last few months to take new classes online, learn new skills, compose new music, and really take time to fine-tune what my goals, expectations, and values really are. I grew more in the last few months than I had in years. But enough flexing. You all are going on such diverse paths, like musical theater, marine biology, engineering, finance, and so much more. You are the innovators of this generation, defining the future, and will be more than just footnotes in history if you attack your jobs and your lives with passion. Of course, there's always the question of what others think, perhaps lashing out. How many times have you heard things like, he wants to do engineering? I've seen his math scores. She wants to do medicine? She faints at the sight of blood. In my experience, those who wish to bring you down are not happy with the path they took, and lashing out and making you feel bad is their way of coping, wishing to make you as unhappy as they are. So, it's simple. Just let them be unhappy. They'll go away once they see they can't topple your mountain, and they're just playing to an empty audience. Throughout history, those who risked it all for the sake of their passion have often created the most beautiful art and the most powerful movements. Dali, Salinger, Halston, Ginsberg, Hitchcock, hey, even King. Is it any wonder they're also household names? Do what makes you happy, and the success will come in droves. The book of life, of your life, is the story of who you are, who you were, and who you will be. What it really is, and what it really comes down to, is a collection of stories, some that you wish to forget, like the time you shaved your own head, guilty, and some that you want to cherish forever, like winning a race. But each of those, while vastly different experiences, should still elicit a smile at the end of the day. The horror on people's faces when they saw your handiwork with clippers, or the feeling of exultation when you cross the finish line. Happiness is within us all. We simply need to seek it out, develop it, follow it, and be guided by it. Remember your image of happiness that I asked you to conjure up a few minutes ago? Now go live it. I would be remiss if I didn't say a little something else through song. Yep, it's an Ian Kearns speech. So what I'm about to sing now is a big thank you to everybody that got us to where we are today. Oh, wait, hang on. Where we are today, whether that's faculty, staff, or administration, or whether that's everybody who works behind the scenes, like maintenance, security, and cleaning crew. This is to say, thank you, or Dankeschön. Oh wait, is this mic on? Ah, okay, good. Dankeschön, darling, Dankeschön. Thank you for all the joy and pain. Picture shows, second balcony was the place we'd meet. Second seat, go Dutch Street, you were sweet. Go, Cara.
Dankeschön, darling. all.
Dankeschön, darling, Dankeschön. Thank you for walks down Lover's Lane. I can see hearts carved on a tree, letters intertwined for all time, yours and mine. That was fine.
Dankeschön, darling, Dankeschön. Thank you for seeing me again. Though we go on our separate ways, still the memory stays for always. My heart says Dankeschön.
Dankeschön, oh darling, Dankeschön. I said thank you for seeing me again. Though we go on our separate ways, high notes, still the memory stays for always. My heart says Dankeschön.
Dankeschön, auf Wiedersehen. Dankeschön.
Thank you. Whoa. Give it up for Cara.
Great job. Thank you very much, Ian. I'm sure that everybody here will be watching Ian's career unfold with fascination. You have a bright future, Ian. Okay, so we're now on to a little presentation from the staff. Unbeknownst to you, or maybe unpredicted by you at least, your teachers really, really missed you over these last few months and wanted to let you know. On Thursday, a couple of days ago, many of you saw the video put together by your teachers, full of words of wisdom and guidance. Did some of you see that? Yeah, good. Now, you have something equally inspiring from the wisdom of Dr. Zeus, performed by your teachers. Thank you to Penguin Random House for permitting this performance.
Congratulations! Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose.
You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guy who will decide where to go. You'll look up and down streets. Look 'em over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there.
With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not-so-good street. And you may not find any you want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town.
It's opener there in the wide open air. Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsy as you.
And then things start to happen. Don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along. You'll start happening too. Or the places you'll go.
You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights.
You won't lag behind because you'll have all the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest.
Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say so, but sadly, it's true. Bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you.
You can get all hung up in a prickly perch. Your gang will fly on. You'll be left in a lurch.
You'll come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump, and the chances are then you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done.
You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark.
A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win?
And if you go in, should you take left or right? Or right and 3/4, or maybe not quite? Or go around back and sneak in from behind?
Simple it's not, I'm afraid you will find, for a mind maker upper to make up her mind. You can get so confused that you'll start into race down long wiggled roads at a breaknecking pace.
And grind on for miles across weirdish wild space, headed, I fear, toward a most useless place, the waiting place.
For people just waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow.
Or the waiting around for a yes or a no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone is just waiting.
Waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting for the wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for Friday night.
Or waiting, perhaps, for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, or another chance.
Everybody is just waiting. No, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape all that waiting and staying, and you'll find bright places where boom bands are playing.
With banner flip-flapping, once more you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky. Ready because you're that kind of guy or girl.
Oh, the places you'll go. There's fun to be done. There are points to be scored. There are games to be won.
And the magical things you can do with a ball will make you the winningest winner of them all.
Fame. You'll be as famous can be, with the whole wide world watching you win on TV. Except when they don't, because sometimes they won't.
I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too. Games you can't win, 'cause you'll play against you. All alone, whether you like it or not, alone will be something you'll be quite a lot.
And when you're alone, there's a good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants.
Some down the road between hither and yon that scare you so much you won't want to go on.
But on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl.
On you will go, though the hack and cracks howl, onward up many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak.
On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far, and face up to your problems, whatever they are.
You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go.
So be sure when you step with care and great tact. And remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left.
And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains.
So, be your name Buxbaum or Bixby or Bray, or Mordecai Ali Van Allen O'Shea, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way.
I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you missed your teachers as much as they missed you. Now comes the moment we've all been waiting for, the presentation of the diplomas and awards. It's also the bit I'm most nervous about as I trip and stumble my way through the pronunciations. Could I ask Miss Angoy, and a chair of the board, Mr. Nicholas Henkers, to stand up, join us on the stage, and to present the diplomas and other awards. So, I think you already had your instructions from Mr. Keach a little bit earlier on, so please look out for his guidance. He's going to, I think, move you to the side in rows. If you can make sure you have your masks on, and then when you reach the stage, you keep them on until you get across to the front, when you can take them off for your photograph, which is over in the corner, and then you can put them back on again. Now, I'm interested to see how Miss Angoy and Mr. Henkers manage this, because they're not allowed to do any handshaking, as is traditional here. So I'm wondering what they're going to do. Maybe a bit of elbow, a bit of foot. I don't know. We'll see what they can do with that one. So, we're good to go. First up, Caroline Anderson. Caroline also receives the awards for Spanish Ab Initio and K1 to 12. Esther Ankham. Federico Arvigo. Otani Ianechi. Otana also receives awards for English language and literature, French language B, and business and management. Eloise Bachelet. Sophie Bergling. John Glenn Binsfield. Mia Blacklaws. Marco Brunacci. Gaia Carboni. Let's try again. Hi, Gaia. Sorry, Mr. Keach, getting carried away there. Milica Gavazdenovic. Sophie Cooper. Alexandra Cowan. Alexandra also receives awards for English Language and Literature, French Ab Initio, and the Cass Award. Sydney Dam. Sydney also receives awards for Cass, an outstanding contribution to the ISL band. Antonio Del Rio. Antonio also receives a Cass Award and the K1 to 12 Award. Maria Dis. Maria also receives awards for English A Literature HL, History HL, Visual Arts HL, and a Cass Award. Abhinav Dwapu. Abhinav also receives awards for Chemistry and the Cass Award. Madeleine Fouchot de Bergerac. Octave, oh, sorry, not ready yet, Mr. Keach. Octave Ferrante. Jean-Marie Fisher. Jean-Marie also receives an award for history. Saskia Frank. Kaya Fukino. Teo Gurin. Teo also receives a K1 to 12 award. Arno Gleisner. Arno also receives an award for French Language B. Manuela Godot. Jill Gers. Vedika Goyal. Vedika also receives awards for physics and the K1 to 12 award. Robert Hageman. Austin Hale. Austin is also the Athlete of the Year. Fidan Hamidova. Yi Han. Excellent. Daniel Hassenclever. Dennis Heinz. Sam Heinz. Sam also receives a K1 to 12 award. Jack Hewitt. Kaya Hersdorf Rosen. Ella Jordan. Nina Kavets-Nieva. Ian Cairns. Ian also receives an award for music and a Cass Award. Gabriel Kessler. Yeonwoo Kim. Kanisha Kashirsagar. Enrico Leonati. George Lin. GFA Lee. Rubina Lingua. Rubina also receives a K1 to 12 award. Alma Ludwig. Alma also receives awards for math studies and K1 12 award. Did I miss that? Ariana Lupo. Rachel Madrill. Elisa Martini. Elisa also receives awards for geography, the Athlete of the Year, a CAS award, and she also receives, Elisa, if you could just wait for a moment. Elisa also receives the ECIS award. The ECIS award is for a student who is a good representative of their own country, with a positive attitude towards the life and culture of others, able to communicate in at least 2 languages, a contributing force in the life of the school, with the ability to bring differing people together into a sense of community, thus fostering the cause of international understanding. Congratulations, Elisa. Noah Melton. Noah also receives a K1 to 12 award. Danai Mikalaidu. Paul Michel. Yunju Moon. Yunju also receives awards for mathematics, chemistry, physics, and a CAS award. Fiona Muller. Scott Murdoch. Kay Nagai. Kay also receives an award for English B. Zeferis Naziutzik. Misaki Okuyama. Misaki also receives awards for English A Literature, Maths, Biology, and a CAS award. Axel Olafsson. Axel also receives awards for Business and Management and a K1 to 12 award. Zachary O'Neill. Frederick Oscarson. Frederick also receives an award for Theory of Knowledge. Emmanuel Osella. Emanuela also receives awards for Geography and CAS Award. Cara O'Sullivan. Cara also receives an award for being an outstanding contributor to the ISL Choir and a K1 to 12 award. Christina Owens Fernandez. Seungmin Park. Seungmin also receives awards for German Language B, Economics, and a CAS award. Tiara Parch. Oh, sorry, we're not ready yet, Mr. Keach. So Tiara gets to be announced twice. Tiara Parch. Tiara also receives awards for French A, Language and Literature, and Theatre. Nadia Pasquale. Nicholas Paterini. Nicholas also receives awards for outstanding contribution to ISL theatre and musicals. Emilia Persson. Amelia also receives a K1 to 12 award. Frederick Perticucci. Frederick also receives an award for sports science. Patricia Przierzoch. Adria Ramoneda Fexes. Christopher Rigneus. Grayson Ritz. Anthony Roisin. Jacob Rawstram. Charles Rousseau. Charles also receives an award for French A Language and Literature. Clara Samuel. Charlotte Scheidler. Charlotte also receives awards for German A Language and Literature and a CAS award. Helena Schroeter. Helena also receives a K1 to 12 award. Eduardo Senes. Eduardo also receives a K1 to 12 award. You can see you're working hard there, Ms. Angoy. Louise Sertig. Yubo Shao. Yubo also receives a Theory of Knowledge Award. Keep coming, keep coming. Back. Sebastian Stark. Sebastian also receives a K1 to 12 award. Bianca Strum. Bianca also receives a French Language B award and a German Language B award. Ruben Tanner. Christian Thomassen. Christian also receives a K1 to 12 award. Baxter Titchell. Baxter also receives awards for film and a CAS award. Rebecca Tippett. Rebecca also receives a K1 to 12 award. Keely Towson. Matteo Trevisan. Love the bow tie. Matteo? Charles Triol. Breccia van der Poel. Jens van der Stickel. Nelson van der Veld. Erin Verlack. Erin also receives awards for economics and biology. Francesco Vigo. Francesco also receives an award for sports science. Celine Wagner. Alexander Wakefield. Sebastian Weber. Sebastian also receives a K1 to 12 award. Tomoyo Yoshida. Xiaomeng Zhong. Xiaomeng, known to most of us as Susan, also receives an award for music. Kuhn Schwarz. Thank you, Ms. Angoy, Mr. Henkes. You can sit or you can leave. Over to you. Up to you. Up to you. So, graduates, that's it. You have your certificates. You have your diplomas. You even have your ISL Class of 2020 special masks. You're ready to head out into the world, or at least I hope you are. No one can say that your last few months have not been unique. memorably eventful or maybe uneventful, depending on your perspective, but certainly surprising. Who could have predicted 6 months ago what was going to happen in 2020? And let's face it, we still don't really know what the rest of the year holds in store. Actually, let's remember that we're only halfway through the year, and already we have had plenty of opportunities provided to test our resilience. All, of course, learning opportunities to grow, especially for you, our graduates, as you head out into the world to make it a better place. I wonder how you felt when you were first told that school would be suspended, or more crucially, when you learned that you would no longer be sitting your final exams because of the pandemic caused by COVID-19. I've tried to imagine how I would feel in this situation. I think at first I would have been relieved, as I was always terrified of exams, and I'm sure that some of you felt this way too, and perhaps still do. A weight off your shoulders, a petrifying hoop you weren't going to have to jump through, a chance to breathe. At the very least, the prospect of not burning the midnight oil through late-night, last-minute revision sessions must have been welcomed by most of you. However, there are plenty of you for whom this announcement definitely came as a genuine disappointment. That final chance to really prove yourself was simply and suddenly denied. The summit you had been working to scale for the last few years suddenly disappeared, unceremoniously, without you even having the chance to ask yourself how you were going to tackle the final push. The proverbial rug was pulled from underneath you, the decision out of your hands, and there was nothing you could do about it. Some of you fully intended for those last final exams to be a big and pleasant surprise for all concerned, parents, teachers, faithless friends. Those final results would finally lay all doubts to rest, potentially, definitely lived up to at last. And maybe that would have been the case, or maybe not. Either way, I'm sure that for many of you, the cancellation of the exams felt very unfair. And let's be clear, it was. It's unprecedented. I checked. The IB have never cancelled exams before. However, if you're one of the students who has felt really upset and frustrated by this chance denied, do be careful. It would be tempting for any one of us to use this experience as an excuse for not receiving what you should have received, for not achieving what you could have achieved. But this would be a sure road to long-term disappointment and a double waste, a waste of a chance to learn from life. However you feel about cancelled exams right now, lucky or luckless, learn something from it. The next time you're in a position to test yourself, to be able to show your worth, make it count double. Shine and be tried. Take it on enthusiastically and energetically, knowing that such opportunities are not guaranteed and are not always granted. Also, remind yourself as you're sitting there amongst your friends now that more often than not, the journey is more important than the destination. Your final exams being cancelled doesn't take away from you any of the memories and experiences that you already have treasured up from your final years of high school. Indeed, I believe that this year's graduates will appreciate and cherish them all the more. While I empathise with what you must have been feeling over the last few months, especially at the end of April and throughout May, while I was somewhat stressfully toiling and puzzling, trying to work out exactly how virtual learning and re-entry were going to work for the upper school at ISL, forgive me for thinking to myself at one point that you, dear graduates, had actually been given one of life's great gifts. One that is increasingly hard to come by these days and which to me is of the very highest value. You were given the gift of time. Weeks of intensive work, studying and sitting exams had transformed into an extraordinary window of time and space. And it was not just any old time, this was lockdown time. For many, this was a very precious extra time with your family before you head off into the world, never to be heard of again. Well, other than by WhatsApp and Insta, probably until Christmas. For some of you, it was a productive or creative time by yourself. To do all of those things that you didn't have a chance to do while immersed in the IB joys of collecting CAS, drafting IAs, and practicing the TOC presentation. I've heard from some of you, we heard from Ian Cairns earlier, that some of you have become prolific readers or writers, have written songs and poems, discovered latent cooking or baking talent, volunteered in your communities, become energetic social activists, or become fitter than you've ever been in your lives before. Yes, some of you have rushed to fill up that time with creativity and achievement, and I admire this a great deal. So if that's you, be proud. However, I can't help hoping that some of you might have had the wisdom to unambiguously and simply just appreciate this unlooked-for time as a truly rare and precious gift. I hope that some of you have just enjoyed a slower and more relaxed life over these past few weeks, that you've sat and watched old movies with your siblings, that you've taken your beloved dog out on needlessly long walks, that you've chatted for far, far too long about nothing in particular through Zoom with a friend, or speed binged a Netflix show or 2 or 10. Because trust me, these times are very rare in life. It will be a long time before you are able to indulge in this way again, without feeling time's winged chariot chasing you along life's roads. So don't feel bad if you didn't publish your first novel or release your first single in May, but do remember to fully appreciate time that has been given to you unexpectedly. And if it ever happens again, yes, for goodness sake, write the book and cut the album. And now, on a more serious note, dear graduates, we send you into the wider world today fully confident that you will go out and make it a better place. Collectively, you are headed to an incredible range of destinations. You're arriving there from an international school of over 50 nationalities, and you have lived and learned among cultures from all over the world at your time here. You may find yourself at times in places and situations where that privilege and all it brings to a community has not been had. Our school philosophy, or at least a part of our school philosophy, states, and I quote, "We do not accept any form of discrimination. The school offers an environment where children of different backgrounds, genders, nationalities, cultures, and beliefs can learn to know, understand, and respect each other." We hope that, having embraced this philosophy as students at ISL, you now take it with you wherever you are heading. In the last 3 weeks, we have been reminded that discrimination of many kinds, but especially racial discrimination, is very much alive in some parts of the world. That not every individual supports the concept of equal rights, let alone equal opportunity. Sadly, we've been reminded that ethnicity sometimes still defines for some people, and that this affects the way in which individuals and groups are treated. Thousands have taken to the streets in recent weeks to protest against blatant racial injustices, such as the shocking killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis in the USA. I've been truly moved by the numbers of young people I've seen out there, marching, campaigning, talking to journalists, trying to contextualize and to stand up against police brutality and institutionalized racism in the USA, in Europe, indeed across the world. Some of our own ISL students were outside the US Embassy in Luxembourg last week, kneeling in the rain, making their disgust known and their voices heard. While all of us have a role in making sure that our fellow humans are treated with respect, humility and kindness, I put a special hope and faith in you, our graduates of 2020, to go out there, push the envelope further and harder than ever, with the message that there is no place for discrimination in the world. I hope, no, I believe that the graduates before me here have learned the following. That to address a problem, you have to be active, not passive. That as an individual, you can and will make a difference. That sometimes this means being brave enough to take a risk, to stand up for yourself and for others. If I'm right about this, then you leave here today with a different kind of gift than just your academic and extracurricular achievements. One that you can take forward with you to give others you encounter, and one that will last a lifetime. It's been a sincere pleasure getting to know you over these last couple of years. 2020 will be a vintage year, they said to me when I arrived at ISL a couple of years ago, and so it has proved to be. So, dear graduates, you made it, and it's nearly time to celebrate. Graduates, if you just look behind you, there will be some drinks coming round. If you just wait in your seat and take a glass when it comes to you. To those of you viewing online, now is the time to charge your glasses. Crack open the Kreml, pour a cup of tea, make an espresso, whatever works for you. We'll just take a moment to get everyone in here a drink. You may not know that over in the upper school auditorium right now, that all of those teachers and staff who were outside earlier today welcoming and waving and chanting your names as you entered the building are in there watching this live streamed as they can't be here in person. Should we turn around and give them a wave? The camera's at the back. It is a very special mocktail. I've no idea what's in it, but I can see that it's all lots of different colours. So was that a blue one, a green one, an orange one, a red one? I dare you to drink it. No, not yet. Not now. You're not allowed to yet. Nearly there. Okay, has everybody got a glass? I think so. Not quite.
Sorry to disturb you. Can you instruct the students not to wave at the back, but on the window side, please?
Over to here.
Yeah, as soon as they're ready.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Was that Big Brother? Where did that come from? So, graduates, and, well, graduates, please stand. And turn to the camera at the side. To everybody at home, I hope you are also standing. You have your glass charged. I think I'll have to just use my water bottle because I don't have a glass. a toast to the class of 2020. Congratulations. You can drink the mocktail now. Graduates, you may now place your academic tassels to the left side of your cap, if you didn't do so already, to show that you have officially received this prestigious honor. Everybody ready? Still facing the camera over there? Be careful of your glasses for this next bit. We don't want to spill anything. Ladies and gentlemen, parents, family and friends, I present to you the graduating class of 2020. Congratulations to each and every one of you on this fine achievement. You may now throw your caps. You can now try to find your cap and then take your seats again, please. How was the mocktail? All good? Glad to hear it. Oh, mixed up caps over there. Just before I finish, I need to do a few thank yous as always. First of all, to Miss Mintz, whose wonderful music talents you heard earlier as you entered this morning. Let's give her a big round of applause, please. As ever, we need to thank the maintenance team and the communications team who have worked tirelessly on our behalf to really help to bring this event together. I'd like to thank Miss Phillips, Francine Phillips, the upper school office coordinator, who is always there helping behind the scenes, organising and leading up for today. Michael Schromer for the lights and sound today. Thanks, Michael. The Parent Graduation Committee for all their help over the year and also in preparing for today. And you should thank them for the special gift that you've all found on your chairs today. I'd like to say a very big and sincere thank you to Mr. Steve Zimes. Steve has been really the energy and the passion behind making absolutely sure that we had a physical graduation this year. Without him, I'm not sure if this would have been possible. Steve, thank you. And finally, I must thank our hosts and Miss Angoy, the lower school. What a privilege to be able to work in this wonderful venue. So, that's it. You're done. Well done. I hope you had a great day. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm so glad we were able to do this in person. To avoid a crush as we exit, please let Mr. Keach guide you. He's going to lead out from the back. As you leave today, please make sure you take everything with you. On the way out, there are some other goodies for you to collect. There's buses to collect you. Best behavior on the buses, please. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Oh, There is a birthday today. Eloise? Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Eloise. You?
To you. Happy birthday, dear Eloise. Happy birthday to you.